Falconla yopilib ketdi. Falconla yopilib ketdi.
제가 오늘
无视机器码，随时解除。Q 群10052-98753-10052-98753，顶级 DMA 硬件设备封号包赔，群内还有各种皮肤号、排位号、永久雷神加速器个位数出售。Q 群1。
Aleyküm assalam, yaxshimisiz?
Keling, brat. Assalomu alaykum.
Alaykum assalom dostum. Yaxshimisiz?
Yaxshi. Turnirni ko'ryapsiz, brat.
Nimani?
Turnirni ko'ryapsiz, turnir. Bugun final.
19'ga emasmi final? Hali bor emasmi finalda?
Yo'q, bugun tugaydi.
Hali Miramar o'ynayapti-ku. Miramar ikkinchi katkasimi?
Full sense bir zafar yutadimmi da turnirda? Böyle twist haydalin ko'rdingiz Nazar aka.
Astayapti. Ko'rdim.
He's in a hard.
Tayland alamı deyman da.
Filipin maçtan olduk. Beraber.
Tayland emasmi?
Tayland mı?
Tayland'da beraber.
Filipinga o'xshayapti. Hozir ko'ramiz. Tayland ekan, Tayland.
İlk gördüm.
En kızığı temperat Hüseyin Tayland'da bo'lyapti hozir. Balandliklar o'zi yetib ketsa.
Kecha Erangelda ko'rdim, tomosha qilib o'tirdim. Qariyani 4 ta klubi bir-biri bilan urishib qoldi. Faqat bir-biri
Durishib qoldi. Yo, bir-birini yopishdi emas. Erangelda ular full sense yapmoqchi edi. Full sense bor edi u yerda. Full sense yapgan 3 ta komanda keldi u yerga. Shalka chiqqanlarmas.
Dedi futbolda yapılardı. Boyagi. Eşeğin boyagi yapılardı. Tegeme. Neydi? Var bitta balaçandır, rasm var. Adam.
Tegotma. Bugün kurtga berish kerak Nazar aka.
Kod berami?
Ha, kod beraman. Yozib qo'ydimmi kod? Bular ishlating. Ochko bera.
Hattatama.
Yana kod beraymi?
Bering.
Emblemma boshqa qashqalarga.
Bering.
Ha, top bo'ling. Tak.
It wasn't a lot of places to hide in that map. And Wolfsen, because their strategy was to get there quick, they had a great they could get third parties from that spot, which is pretty cool. And the crash in Wolfsen's. All bets are off.
Güzel Nazar aka.
Ha.
Yana bitta ochko bor. Oxirida Pubg Bangkokga yozib qo'yibman, u ham ochko beradi. Tablichka ham bor o'shalar orasida Nazar aka.
Meanwhile, Full Sense was able to just chill, watch it happen, and it brought up earlier. They were
Yana 5 ta komanda qolibdi. Точнее 5 ta o'yin.
Bitta Miramar, Rongdo Taygo, ikkita ano qoldi-yu. Eranga. Miramar, ikkinchi katka.
Miramar fans rejoice. Once again, Full Sense off of a win in the first today. You couldn't make it any harder, but at the same time couldn't make it any more exciting. Because look, VP still out on top, still tying.
Давай. Посиди, Юра, покомментируйте. Оп. Здорово. Здорово. Присаживайся. Заменим Баху здесь.
The thing is, it's not so much phase one, because everyone can make it to phase one. It's when it happens in the second,
Yeah,
third,
second
fourth.
phase is where
That's where it gets tricky, right? Hagatoria, of course, every point, one of the best players in the world, and then just, I mean, Virtus Pro dominance across the board. Of course, here Miramar exclusive statistics, but they are looking as good as ever.
Hagatori.
And the circle is as
Yaxshi o'ynaykan,
straightforward as ever. At least it looks
Sen
that
to'pari
way
игрок
for
edi,
how many
Nazarek.
teams are in it, but we all know
yaxshi
regardless
o'ynaykan.
of where we
To'pari
end
nu,
up here, whether
Hagatori.
it be Minas, whether it be Power Grid up towards the north, all
Rank-
three
ranked
different
baru.
scenarios, incredibly
Ranked
difficult
to'pari
mid
nu.
late game.
Absolutely. The only good thing about this, right,
That's
really
the
is that
imbalance.
it's,
Eng balance shuniki
100%
degan
this circle is in
championship
play, right? So
Sure.
teams can wrap
Ikkida
around
da
these,
o'ynadi,
can
yo.
avoid all these early game shenanigans.
True.
First, second circle, you won't probably see too much interaction between the.
Top
We won't see a
o'yinchilar
dip
0dan
of
9 da,
death and
0dan
destruction like we saw last time.
shunaqa
True.
o'ynadi. yo.
Most
Bu
likely.
1-9 da o'ynadi. yo.
I do
Boshida.
have a little theory craft.
Okay.
A little theory craft seed I want to plant though. VP
Uh-huh.
knows where they are. Obviously, they know where the circle is, and they know where Full Sense loots.
Sure.
They
As
also
long as we're
know
not
that
after
unless if, of course, Full Sense gets an EP,
Siz yap-
which in
siz
this
yap
circle would be
organ
kind
kamanda
of
Nazarek.
absurd. If they wrap north, which they have to, they gotta come past VP. Do you
Yeah.
set up a trap here and trying to take out the team you're hunting? Knowing full well that if you fail, not only do you sponge points to the team you're hunting, but also you give everyone else on the hunt of you a chance of playing catch up. What do you do here if you're VP knowing that you're sat literally just inside the circle? Of the team
Taralishni
you're
yaxshi
hunting?
chiqdi
You know, I mean,
Hozir o'yin
that is it. It's
Da
like
Nazarek.
a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Saralashda bulut chiqolmay qoldi boshida. Keyin ikkinchi shans
Either
deydi.
we're gonna take these guys
O'shanda qolib
out
ketgan komandalar
and
bilan
win
chiqdi-da,
and,
bitta komandalar
you
bilan
know,
o'ynadi.
make the gap smaller, or we go out and then we assure ourselves a loss. I think with 5 games remaining, probably still a little bit too early to do that. But you know, if you're given the opportunity, I think if you're VP, I think you shadow maybe and see if they get involved in a fight with somebody else, and then maybe that's when you come on and try to third party or fourth party or try to put your chips there.
They tend to end up in the same area
That's
for
way
map
too smart,
anyway,
that's
so I
not
should say
good.
maybe get aggressive with them
The
once
police
they
lab,
force
but
themselves
the
into a fight.
The problem with
Issue
Full Sense is they don't fight.
And another issue is we're talking a 30-point third to first gap right now.
Yeah.
For how long are you going to wait out? For how long are you going to let them linger? And for how long
Eng
into the
qizig'i
game are you
borku
going to
Nazaraka.
let them get? Because they usually get a couple of
Navidagi
points in the
Fairies
early
degani
to mid
boru.
game, not because they take active fights, but because they position themselves in areas of the map where they can go.
O'shani men YouTuber davridagidan boshlab taniyman-da, Fairies demayman
And then all
borku.
of a sudden, before you know it, they have 4 or 5
Ha.
points.
Well, this last game that wasn't really.
Hozir
the case.
Progrof.
It was quiet on the southeast.
Progrof
yeah,
bo'lgandan keyin
Super
chiqarib
Fly, they were playing
qo'yibdi.
the coastline, nobody really came through. Oh, Tiggleton, you are in
Progrof
trouble.
bo'lgandan keyin chiqarib qo'ydi video.
Oh, he's so lucky.
Yig'ayotgan
I feel
bo'lsa
like
kerak-da,
Exroza had the
content.
line right there. He had the
Boyagi
distance.
ham
But Tiggleton will
Ku,
survive
mana bu
over there in
BB
Aussie,
da
where
o'ynaydi
the rest
yu.
of the boys are arriving now.
11-chi o'rindagi.
Okay.
Adozimi?
Boshida streamaydi yu.
I'm trying to play
Boshida
the game.
streamaydi.
Boshida. Mana shu o'ynamaslikda
Falcons, if they
patlarni
wanna- if they
o'ldirib,
wanna
o'lib
have a-
ketdi. Mana shunaqa
be involved in this
o'ynamaydi yu.
conversation,
Boshida
they-
Adozi boshida o'zi anotaydi.
That
Navi
first
deydi.
game, good start.
başladı.
I mean, I got
Stream
to
ultra
say,
ya.
Definitely.
ended up in the
Stream'deki
late game.
Navi
It was
götü,
really
Navi'den
just
ki ağzı
unfortunate that they
böbürü.
got sandwiched by 3 or 4 teams there at the end.
Aşağı oynanması ediyor.
But again, like unless something happens to Full Sense
That's
here,
exactly
it's
it.
almost a
Not the
moot
player.
point, right?
Exactly. So with all that, let's listen into Sosa and see how he feels coming into today.
We're feeling really confident with team. We don't think of about the last day, of about the win. We just think of about our games, our performance, and we will make our best performance in the last day. For teammates, guys, we can do it. For fans, still cheering for us.
There you go. You hear them cheering for him, letting him know. And I
Azarlarım.
gotta say, like, Sosit,
Yaxşı
Ferris,
turnir
Texas,
qilyapti ekan-da.
We've made this narrative
Oh,
this whole
o'zimiz
year, and
rost
not
seriyordu.
without good reason, that Hakatori has kind of
O'zbekistonda
been
bo'lishi kerak edi.
the
O'yincha
lead of
qo'shilish
that
uchun.
team. As
Bitta
Hakatori
tempo
goes, so
qo'shilsa
that
bo'ladi.
team goes.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, so far this tournament, especially in this grand finals, the rest of
Hammasi
the
mana
Navi
bunday
squad has
logotif
definitely
qilib
started
olgan,
picking things
komanda
up.
alohida xuddi
And
mana shunday
as a
chempionat
result, they are right there in second place with a shot. We'll see if T1 and 17 will end up
Yo,
scoring. Actually, I think that's third on
Qanday
ground.
o'ynaydi
Taking
ekan?
shots from range. It might have actually been
Yaxshi.
Virtus Pro.
I mean, that would have been quite the distance to try and engage on it, but I know there's a world where that is.
O'zbek
indeed
klublar yo'q
what's
ekan.
happened. Also, I mean, for Navi, it was with a different roster, but
Qatar
imagine as an orc going out and getting your second PG
With a completely
trophy.
different roster too, huh?
Yep. Only one person that those two teams would
O'tgan
share
kuni
would
biz
be a
bilan
coach.
birga bitta
Yeah.
bola o'ynadi Erik degan.
Yeah.
Ana shu ham
All-in.
turnirda
Already
Oynaydi.
all seeing, all
ko'p
knowing,
o'ynaydi.
all PGC
Alashorda
champion.
degan
Oh,
klubda
yes.
o'ynaydi.
Well, they still got some work to do, but they put themselves in a great spot. Full Sense. Meanwhile, still all the way down south of Los Leones. They haven't made a move just yet. So
Is
yeah,
that maybe a respect of VP as well, going, guys? I
Possibly.
don't want to drive into this circle right now.
well, I mean, you're sitting with almost a 20+ point lead, right? Like, there's no reason to rush. Like,
Oh,
just
for
take your time.
Also, that has not been their memo at any point in the tournament.
No, not at all. Not at all. Expendables, they're going to have the eyes in the skies here for Delwyn. They've got a lot of room to play around.
Ammalar da
on the
o'ynayam
northeastern
chiqmadi.
side. We'll see if they
Tayinli.
can avoid any early
Yo,
game
o'shalar qisqartirib
shenanigans
o'yladim, lekin
this time
chiqmadi.
around, as they were just
Men
getting
shunday
pressed
o'yladim.
from so many angles last time. In the end, they ended up getting a nice little stack of kills for it, but do go down early.
Panzer a day keeps elimination away, or at least so they say, as Thanadol tries to figure what the path is
Navi'de
going to
şans
be
var
here.
ekan,
Flash
az
is
ekan.
currently the scout up on the eastern side of Los Leones, looking
İyilik
for
geliyor
good
ekan.
reason for any polar bears out of their natural habitat going, are they actually
Kechagi
here? Are
imkoniyat
they
bo'lishi kerak,
waiting
Nazar
for
aka.
us, or are they, as
Ya,
you were saying,
kecha-
or
Kecha
which
o'yinda
probably is
boshida
the case
Fresh
here,
o'lib ketdi-yu.
just staying in the nearby
O'shanga
area,
o'xshab safarim
so that
Fresh yana
if-
o'yinda
so
boshida
that if something happens in the kill
to'yli
feed,
qolsa
they
bular
can
ochib ketishi
bounce
mumkin.
Just play your game. There's still
Kecha
5
o'yinda
games
boshida o'lib
left.
qolganiga Navi ko'p ochko
Still got a
oldida.
shot. If you get a win with a nice little stack of
Fez
kills,
push qilmay o'ynasa
just
kerak
doing
hozir endi.
everything that you can.
Umuman
Navi,
to'p push
see the
qilmaydi
split
endi.
they've got going around here, around that.
O'zi boshdan push qilmagan bular.
And a lot of splits actually going on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the edges of the zone pretty empty right now, and it's been that way for most of the grand finals. It feels like most teams are opting for going for those center, or at least 3/4 halfway to center positions.
Yeah.
There's
Qaldan
space in
to'yib
the middle 'cause few
ko'ryapman,
teams, I won't say
shunday.
there, but few teams feel
Ayak
comfortable
qo'llari
aggressing
zirqirab.
in those center splits, especially when it's this early on. As I said, I mean, with the valley going
Boya
to the
o'ynadim,
cutoff,
o'yindan
just
chiqmadi.
if you're hard committing to
Macau
positions
o'ldirib
all
tashlaymiz.
four, like as you said, all your eggs in
Macau?
one basket here, and your
Ah.
circle swings away from you, you're gonna be in
Hey.
trouble.
Ha, boyagini
Trouble.
3
Also
marta
gonna be
Makoni,
Delvin.
3 marta
He's
yiqitamasam
mating
bo'laman.
his way
Patronimni
to-
30 to
to
hammasini
land,
ishlatdim
but
boya.
where do you
Yiqilmadi.
land?
Kazinoda.
Bizga Makao bilan Sheyxni faqat men bilan Frost bo'lmagan paytda o'ldira olganda sizda.
Can he get over it? No, he's gonna be.
He's got
Wow.
Tabu up top. He's
Boya
fine.
yiqilmadi-yu, keyin
Yeah,
patron
would like to have
pastga
gotten
tushdi.
the higher ground, but
Patron
Expendables
top
have a nice little
kelib
spot here
urib qo'ydi.
to play out of Minas Generalis. So, and they also got a guy on the high ground, getting some information and intel
There you
gathered
go.
for everything off to the west.
Well,
You
no.
see some
Qanday
17
daram.
fans in attendance.
China-
There's our
Motivatsiya bilan
Chinese
o'ynamayotgan
casters. Hey
edi.
guys.
Hey
Shu
guys.
kundagilar nazarga men
Good to see you.
Sheyx bilan Makaoni mazasini qochirib qo'yaman-da.
I
know, right?
Birga bir o'ynasam.
It's Jacob. Gets ready to rotate on forward. They know there's a rounder. They heard shots from T1 earlier.
Abror,
They've
yaxshi
seen, I think,
o'ynaydi, Makao,
Lukaroks down in the
yaxshi
building
o'ynaydi.
down below. And they too
Abror,
know that
bo'ladi.
Full Sense
Abrozda ayim yaxshi
is
faqat.
wrapping in on the eastern side. They would have heard that. Would it be E-Arena?
Shunaqa.
How historic would that be for your co-tie team to be the butchers of a potential run for a win. Because they're seeing them, they're shooting at them as well.
Oh, yeah, we might see fist fights in the arena.
They're going to be running over.
Goodness gracious, that'd be brutal.
The arena would win that because they have about 200 fans right behind us.
They might actually.
Let's
All
see.
the bunny ears will
Zona
be
Samartin
flying.
git qolsam.
Okay.
Voy bil.
Hard shift off to the north.
Samartin
Will make
git qol.
things really interesting.
Samartin
for,
turib Samartin git
full
qol
sets
nazar
down
aka.
there on the south side. Not
Nerede görüyor?
already on the
Birinci
move.
buraya
They're going to be back.
Yo'q, men hozir zona
And as a pentagram, they are right
Zona
around
hozir
that
ikkinchi
crater, so
faza
they've got some
bo'ldi-yu.
decision making about how they want to set
Zona ketib
themselves
qolsa ya
up.
deb
As you
turib
can see,
deb turdim.
everybody
Zona
starting to
Samartin
collapse
ketib
down on
qoldi.
top.
Arena
Oğlum,
opting
iyi
to grab
kurtardı.
East Coast,
Bilmiyorum.
going
Almayı
straight through the
Ha,
split of full
ben
sets,
de
and why
shunaqa
is Flash not
Twitch'te
shooting?
ko'rib
He
turibman
could
men.
have been probably a pretty
Tabaqalar
straightforward
aytib turdim
1v1.
nazar aka.
But
Bilib
respecting
aytganim
the
yo'q.
fact there might be more than one car coming, now that he realizes it
Samartin
was just that
Rüzgar
one
vermeyin.
guy, he's going to
Bak,
start
kaç
taking
yayında
shots. And
tamamlar
what is
gibi
Lyric's
vermiyor.
doing
Tapta bir
here?
var hadi ya.
He's diverting, trying to get back to the south side, but they've left opens in the north
Samartin
already.
tog'a borib o'sha yoqqa berib yuborsam nazar aka.
Broncos maybe now
Kattala
taking the
bo'lib
high
qo'ying.
ground shots down
İki
on
tağdan
Norris
Brog'e veradi
as
ya.
he is just cruising through with no wheels to speak of. Tigger just laying every bullet he's got left, and it looks like Nurens should at least manage to break line of sight. Maybe no.
Ama şimdi vurulup gitmeye eyvallah keçiye karası ilk de balonda.
Shift qo'yvermaydi. Shift ushlamaydi bular.
Will be the first one to go down, but the trade will come through onto Lil Ghost.
Big fight on the southern side of the circle center here.
Yana balon
As
bize.
Navi try to make space for themselves, but they know full well there's many more teams in the nearby area.
Spain.
So said, while found one, will
Wow.
go down and return as well. Ferris down to low HP too.
Nice side flank for Xiaobei here, and he's got those boys pinned down.
That's
As
great.
Ferris will try to survive the
Oy
road.
bilan, oy bilan.
Ay
As the grenade
be,
bounces
geçti.
just
Az
far
çok
enough
gidiyor.
away, and Navi is in a world of trouble.
Granata yaxshisi.
Well, you rely on
Gitti.
Hagatoria often, but this might be too much to
Yeah.
expect from a
Vay
single
be,
player.
Navi.
He's set up here in the
Öldü
rocks,
Navi.
seeing his teammates now all
Naviga ovoz
eliminated,
bermaganman
trying to
men
stay out
nazar
of
aka.
Belmoth.
Bilmiyorum. Bitta twist'e bergenman bu.
Jacob von Dorens, they're trying to regroup, get back into the vehicle, but as you said, they
Men
have
6 ta
point
komandagam,
buffer.
yo 5 ta
Trying to
komandaya
make that
bergan
run,
ekanman.
having ST Expendables in the meantime,
Shunda
sending it
ikkitasi hozir yaxshi
flying
ketyapti.
into the
Virtus
compound,
bilan
but Shrimsy
Falcon.
shuts them down.
Oh my goodness, the Expendables just putting on Michael Bay type action here, crashing the compound. H-Win though, ready to go with Shrimsy, ready to hold the
Shrimsy.
line.
Vay,
Chloris dancing
taking
around on the
knocked
outside while
Tanong
Duckshoes makes his
knocked
way in. Chloris shooting the door, trying to find an angle. Shrimsy has to move though, the Molotov ticking down. He's down to 20 HP. Chloris will spot out H-Win, get the flush as well.
First knock comes through, going that way.
Oh,
Chloris
no.
with a second as well. Shrimsy was looking the other way, got shot in the back. And now for Kickstart and Tickleton, just not in a position from where they can go help their teammates in the stables.
Ooh, that's big news for Full Sense, big news for Virtus Pro.
Ay
As
be.
two of the teams that are in that top 4, in that hunt, are now knocked down to just 1 and 2 players respectively. Full Sense still hunting E-Arena down there in Los
Menga
Angeles,
misol
but it
avgustga
looks
kerak
like
emas nazar aka.
they have given up the ghost on this one.
Yeah.
Skor
It's
uchun
just gonna
olganman
take
hozir.
way too long.
They got
Menga
one.
hozir kaska
One
bilan
for the
parishta
efforts,
bo'lsam
but
bo'ldi.
as you see now, they're
Bitta
far of the
kaskas
circle.
normal
Once again,
ekan,
look, the
skor
team they're
uchun
currently
sonra
backfilling.
qolgan
Look, is
narsasi.
sat out here in the blue. This is going to be huge.
Yaxshi
Taker
maskan.
is driving right down towards him. He stood here. Now he's going to go down behind the rock. Oh, wait, no, that's not a rock. That's just his minivan. So they're going to see. Wait, there's a car here.
Did he see
Why,
him?
oh, why? Is there a vehicle here?
Escort
But no, he
qo'yib
might-
qo'ydi.
Didn't spot him.
Might just exactly they've not seen.
They're both just looking
Fazla
off
Oğuz
in the
bilse
distance,
biter.
see each other.
Yo'q.
They're both looking at the same
Bilmetmeyin ha.
sunset and have no
12
idea
kungacha
that
ovoz
the
berish
other
kerak
is
edi.
there next to him. It's like,
You cannot make this
oh,
up.
Tigger spots him.
Saw him.
Ay kur qara.
It's come through,
Yok bu.
but Lucarux
Vay
is
be.
in
At qo'ysa
the
varmış yerden.
veritable
Bir
tank
atsa o'ladi.
of
Qaysi
the
atsa
bus, and he will be able to escape for now.
So
Gördüm
many
abi.
factors to fill in here, because even if Lucarux had
İyi,
got
iyi.
knocked, how does the rest
Kurulu
of
koyan da
VP
var.
respond to that? Do they go outside circle,
Gel
try and take the
kovalayın
fight?
ya.
But as you saw too, I mean, with Falcons down low,
Aman,
with Navi
git
down
dalıyor,
low,
bırak.
so much for VP to play for here.
Absolutely, as you get that replay of the crash, it looked good to start off
Ne
with.
gerekler?
The
Aşk
Falcons
yaklar
got
ya.
the initial
İyi
double
konuşlar.
lock. Tanvu joined the
Oh, bunu
Spacey
çiğ-
program there for a temporary second. And look at VP. Okay, so I'm kind of keeping eyes on
Which
the
get people.
mini-map here. DN Freaks have gone to the south to make a long
Yo,
wrap
bak
around, and
böyle
now
şeyler
they're
var.
going to be running into FS, and Full Sense is still chasing Luca.
Wait, they're going to be running into one another on the south side.
Yeah, right on top of each other. They
Freaks is right in the middle.
And Full Sense
Oh,
will pull down
oh,
as
oh,
Freaks trying to make the run through. They're going to go for the high side, but they could camp this if they want. I don't think
Yok yapılmaz.
DN Freaks wanted any of this. They were just really going for that long wrap and trying to get in.
Ha,
But
Dini
now
Mazaz'ı
VP is
kaçırdı,
pushing
aldı
themselves
bunlar.
in. The
Tipe.
Expendables trying to make their way
O
through.
Nemiga zor
will
çıktı.
take out two, and it's all down to Tanvu.
Çok
Collapse
tamamen
into San Martin in the
Nereden
city center as
alıyor
a 200th team. You're expecting to take some
Vay
casualties with it, but the
be.
fact that no knock came through on this south side of the map
Oh,
just
boy.
before is wild. These teams still unknown on who is pulling up now, though. The info has been fed across as Nixie finds heaven.
And it's like Virtus Pro, this is not who they expected to find
Nope,
over here.
nope.
They were definitely thinking this was going to be Full Sense. As the trade comes through, Deal will be the first one to get the knock on to Correxy. Salute trying to come from the high side to see what he can spy there. Deal gets knocked down low. They'll smoke off Correxy to make sure the flush can't come through. But meanwhile,
Zaten ne filmde
somehow,
yaman
Toby
kopince
Full
koş falan
Sense
nazar
just
ki.
avoids it all once again. The luck on this team is insane.
Uzun
And look, they're
server de
putting
yorar
themselves in a
değil mi?
position to where now they can
Aşağı
third
oldu.
party this VP versus DN Freaks fight.
Oh, it was
Oyuna
a VP
öldürüyor
setup
abi.
to try and ambush Full Sense, but ends up working out completely
Ya, zor oyuna
opposite
geliyor,
of what
zor
they
geliyor.
wanted. Beamy now hearing these vehicles on the eastern side going, oh wait, if this was Freaks,
It's like, oh,
then who in the hell is
no.
pulling up on our east side right now? They need to backfill. Fortunately, they do get their knocked player back up alive, but it's going to take a while in blue as well for them to get into position. Phase 4 is about to pop, so we should be shifting out of San Martin, but with how these Miramar circles have been going lately, yeah, I'm not going to put my money in anywhere this one's going to go.
Absolutely, and I think, I mean, this is such an interesting dance going on the south side. DN Freaks and VP, they didn't really want to fight each other.
Not at all.
DN Freaks just making a long wrap. VP was hoping to camp out Full Sense, and once they find out it's not Full Sense, well, this fight all of a sudden doesn't become worth it, especially since we know that Full Sense could still come in at any moment, so we should disengage from this, and exactly
Hangi Falcon
that is what they
çakırmadı
did,
burada, ne?
as we see the circle will pop, and look
Kaçırmadı
at how much
şeyi.
San Martin is still in there.
Well, how much San Martin, but also how much sand.
Uzağı değil.
Sand.
Faysal yer
It's just
koş
the
korkma
entire
nazar ki.
center on the
Yo,
western side.
Well, Baker-
Hasan da dedi.
Open hill,
Hasan da
Baker
çakır
got
hiç
all
var.
on lockdown.
Ha, Hasan
The
da
thing is,
git olmadı.
everyone outside
Ya,
of Hasan
Hasan
and
değil,
VP,
Hasan
as a
değil
matter of
ha.
fact,
Bunu
are
üzülüm
clawed
bilmem.
down on the eastern side, and there's no way to wrap around on this.
Sağ
given the
çağırdı.
terrain.
Yeni çağırdı da.
BB team, we'll see if, I mean, I
Shit.
feel like that spot that Bagel Pie is
Çakır
gotta be
gene
worth
gene.
its weight in gold right now. We'll see how BB team decides to approach it. We'll see where Virtus Pro decides to go after playing around on this south side. Falcons, they managed to get the revives onto Shrimsy and H-Win, so they're back up to full
Expect.
strength as all of the teams that have crashed into this west side of San Martin are now taking pot shots at each other
Oh, yeah.
from window to window.
Wow.
Huge for Falcons to be able to get their fallen players back in it. As we now see the rotation come through, a very pivotal one here as well. Full Sense driving on forward, trying to cut underneath Virtus Pro. Successful in doing so. Again, VP had to wait, had to try and line this one up. But I mean, Beamy, and with where they're positioned in the south, they were expecting a wide western swing. Full Sense are setting themselves up, circle center out in the open.
This is
Just
dangerous
waiting.
stuff. We'll see what happens to them as Twisted Mind's going to crash into T1. This is happening on the south side of the road in San Martin. T1 had the 2-2 split going on both sides. Right now, Heather and Ian doing a good job of holding on. Meanwhile, Bagel Pie has to hold off the push from FN Pocheon as they come up the hill. Starlord defending from range, and Pio now having to serve as anchorman. Good grenade will get the knock on the breakers.
Yep. One more nade could seal the deal here if you get Zenith down as well. Oh, just cooked a bit too much there. As Rainin now folding, that's on the southern side of this. I mean, I still can't get over the fact that Full Sense just darted it through the middle of everything and got away without even being spotted by anyone.
They might be in trouble, though. They're currently surrounded by BB Team. We'll check in on that here shortly as Bagel defending the territory against the push from FN Pocheon. Should be able to get that res on the breakers. Oh no, Zenith has to pull off of it. He gets taken danger. Damage from Falcons, who have now
Lethal
arrived
Bullet.
from the northeast.
Rista
They have
yaman
come in
yapıyor.
at a perfect time.
Big points in the making here, potentially for Falcons. If they can make this happen quickly, they have
Red
them
zone.
they have them at low HP. But it's going to be, sorry, FN Pocheon that strikes first. That strikes 3 times as well. H-Win, Shrimsy, kick all down. It's on to Tiggleton to make this happen. And
Oh,
it looked so primed for success, but they fall short.
The angle that they took left them exposed
Tiggleton,
to the
well
north
there.
side of San Martin, where Namiga, Theraton 5,
Well there.
all were taking shots into the back of Falcons as they tried to make that push. FN Pocheon, all they had to do was just tap them, and now Theraton
Great job
5,
with
they're
it.
making the push up there,
Yeah.
as we see Full Sense have now finally engaged with BB Team.
And importantly for everyone in the server, just announced themselves on the kill feed. So knowing where BP is playing these ones from usually, now that's up on the northern side. You can see for Virtus Pro, they're looking that direction. They might not have lines of sight right now.
Sweet.
But they wanna go up
Üçte de
there.
kill
And
dışarı
this
diyor.
is getting wild.
Üçten
Circle
turtaki
shifting
yapılan
out of
var.
San Martin.
You figured it was going to leave San Martin, and you see where Full Sense is. They're trying to push into Bagopop, but they are running into a brick wall, and all of a sudden Flash, I think it's Flash and Belmoth. Yeah, the last two players left alive for Full Sense. Flash will find, oh my goodness, he finds two off of Bagopop, and immediately now they have a foothold.
That's what I'm saying. Even in games that are tricky, they still come away with points and circles galore. As PO now looking across the side here, want to get something off of it. Belmoth single-handedly try and dismount this BP team.
I mean, it's two solos here for Full Sense that are causing problems for all of these teams. Belmoth versus BB and Flash versus Bagopop. As we see off in the distance, third on 5, getting dispatched by FN Pochon. Belmoth, the nice grenade will drop down. He's going to have to leave that smoke cover, and Aduzi will spot him on the edge, and he'll find the knock.
BP can take out DN Freaks here and have control of that entire Southwest. Could be big points in the making. Na'Vi will be eliminated. So that's second play down and out. Even more so reason for VP to make something big happen as Ian peeks around the corner, finds Perfectix.
Oh, T1 has been holding court here in the second floor. Heather and Ian to have the high ground. Twisted Minds, let's see if Lou can actually stick the res here as VP, oh no, Lucarux and Beamy get double teamed by Salute, and that puts VP down to 2. It's just Corexi and Nixie.
Wanted to play on the inside, but gave DN Freaks too much room to maneuver, and now it's Corexi to try and make the run down to his teammate on the low ground.
A small window was opened here by Full Sense. One player left alive, and that's Flash. They've already got 4 kills, but he's still in it. And now Lou will take a shotty to the face from Heather. Ian holding the line, waiting for the push. He'll find it. Perfectix goes down as well.
Given how much they have their backs up against the walls, literally in this building, they're doing a great job. Ian went for the flush first off, could have got the second with it, and finds him anyway. The triple kill for Ian, and for T1 to stay in it.
It is not often that you see Twisted Minds get put on
İyi,
skates
sene pas
like
geçtik
that,
kaldı.
but T1's End coming in clutch there in the end.
Tamam, ilk
For
iki
his
yap
Squazzy
vardı.
Arena tried to make their way across this
Vay
road
be.
as the Pentagram. They've got
Topladı
circle.
diyor.
Red Zone will find Lyrics, and now Noren's the last one left up for the boys in pink, and he goes down.
Yep, down goes E-Arena out in 13 with the cheer from the crowd, of course. Commiserations for them to fall early on this one as now T1 and the remaining players of VP scramble off in the west.
Azla yaptı.
See T1, Ian just going to send it on in. 17 now in a little bit of trouble as they have to leave the south side of San Martin. Nixie still alive down there as well. Tanvu actually going to spot out Glass, gets the knock, gets the flush, gets another point for the Expendables, but will go down in the end. Before, though, he will put Asla Pentagram down to 3.
Full Sense circle center yet again.
Only one of them,
Flash.
though, this time.
Yeah, but who in the world is going to push him right now? That's like top 3 guaranteed. Top 4, I'll say. Unless if Bagopop feels the need. They know where he is. They've been taking fights with him. They lost 1-2 moments ago as well. So they know there's a first place player sat up here. So does Freaks, so does BP team, and so does, well, the rest of the server. But who is in a position from where they can do anything about it? Devante sure won't be, as Naviga full in 10th.
Flash just staying on the move as DN Freaks getting a little bit pressured here by 17, and actually 17 going to get spotted out by Pio, so that opens a door for the Freaks to escape here. So nice timing there as Lil Ghost got time. Well, but they got to keep on going, and now Pio's turned his attention over to him, and Ian is in a perfect position to take advantage. He's going to spot out Deal. Can he swap over, take a few more shots over? Heaven's going to force him to pull back down, though, behind that shield and heal.
I mean, the fact that he stays alive through this is incredible. The vaulted shield was put in an angle from where he couldn't really grant much cover for it, but able to do so here as they try to heal on up vehicle. Fortunately, no Western bounces on that explosion.
Hulk Human. He sticks it just in the nick of time there as the blue zone has arrived to nip at his heels. Aduzi still alive for BB team up on that northern side. He'll take out Salute as Salute was in the vehicle. Hal and the rest of the Asla boys still have to make their way up this hill. Rossiter Jr., though, so many solos, Toby,
Yeah.
that are still involved here.
Now 17 players
Fantasy.
alive, but 19
Highlight
still in.
them
We've
at
not
the
even made
Crazy.
placement points yet. As it's now 17 on the clock, having to make their way into the circle. Panzer goes short, Ian taken out. Somehow, Heaven's still alive
Angel
through
Rush.
the blue zone, through the outside circle, but Adusi will find him in the end.
Okay. Doozy all by himself, but he's being active. Flash has left the compound.
Yeah.
He's playing around that cliffside. 17, they see an opportunity to make a move here. So does a
Se
Doozy.
o abre,
Human all
amor,
by
então.
himself in the middle,
Him.
just lying
A
prone.
12.
Three solos
Aduzi
for
yaxshi
Aduzi.
o'ynaydi hozir.
Entirety of 17 sat down
Oldingidek
below.
emas.
Goes for
Oldingidek
7-7,
emas
but caught
aslida
an off
aka.
angle by Xiaobei.
Nothing he could really do there as 17, they've got an opportunity to make a big jump. 9 kills
Aduzi hozir
already.
17 dan yopishib
They are
yopib
one
yuborish
of the
mumkin.
strongest teams left in the lobby. FN Pochon, they still have 3 alive as well. Red Zone will spot out Pio, and that'll knock down Bagopod to just 1.
See him, 17.
And meanwhile, Flash just continues to live.
Yep. I mean, at least for the time being, a lot of utility is being spent to try and dislodge him, but he's made his way back inside the compound as Rex now clearing here room by room, trying to make something happen with the Panzerfaust in hand.
All right, let's see. Aduzi spots out 7700 from behind, and Rex will actually take out Songjang and himself.
Ahí de verdad,
Aduzi
Aduzi.
will get taken out by a little ghost in the end here as 17 continue to play from the outside as Zenith. Okay, nice. Should be able to get Rex back on his feet.
Yep, big points here, 17. As you said, 10 kills now, top 4 guaranteed, 3 alive still, but a new threat has entered
Hozir mana
the
shu o'yinda borku,
battlefield
liba
as
Fen, liba Hazla yetib qo'yishi
Stalwart
mumkin
and his
nazar aka.
BRDM will swing the southern side at some point,
Hozirgi
but
mashq.
you'd have to imagine as soon as he comes clear down the valley, A, that thing's
Allah
not going to come
diyor.
up the hill again,
Tay
B,
17
everyone's going to be
var.
shooting at it.
Men
X-Men.
Fen
All
yutatib
right, full
o'ylab
sense.
turibman.
2.2%
Nice win.
chance, okay? Don't do anything crazy here.
Pozitsiyasi yaxshi, odamlar ham ishlardan qolganda nazar
Yeah,
aka.
for now. Let's with our winner CD chicken dinner.
Hamburg X-Men pozitsiyasi yaxshi.
Crafton AI and AWS.
12'lar
That's the,
pozitsiyasi yaxshi doston.
the possibilities based off of what these guys have in pocket, where they are in zone.
Prosta Fenda
They've been
imkoniyat
playing
borki,
so
mana bu
far.
Azlarni
Flash,
orqasidan chiqish
ooh, he's
mumkin
gonna hear
nazar
those
aka.
footsteps
Evet.
of Zenith
Ishlarsiga
will back away.
kallasi
Man
yetsin.
bular
Try to
ikki
survive.
tomonni ham
With
kontrolni
how
olib
this circle is set up
turibdi.
right now, next one has to shift outside compound for him not getting at least one more placement point off of this.
Biroq bularda bu yerda ham bor.
Unless-
If FN
Panzerlar
Motion
hammasi
gets
ishlatildi.
eager to clear this whole thing.
Unless, yeah, it's. I really wonder what
Kim bo'lali,
Pentagon's gonna
keyingi
do here,
zona
right? Like how in Red
oxirgisi
Zone,
bo'la.
They have. I mean, they're close to center circle. I mean, it's phase
Yeah.
7, so we're not really worried about the center circle.
No,
yet,
yeah,
right?
sure,
But,
that's cool, yeah,
17 has
Bruce.
spotted them
Fresh.
out, so that might give 17 something to do here.
Where is
as
Ragan?
They have 7700 and
Alach
Xiaobei
qolgan
while Lil Ghost
Wilder
keeps
Wildersa olibdi endi yana.
Baya
creeping
39 edi.
through.
Zonada
Walked in
beradi-yu.
and went back out again.
Ooh,
Bitta zona yopibdi,
Flash.
nechidir ashula
Rex didn't
qo'shiladi.
clear that properly. He
Bu
went in,
Miravoy emas, u
looked
aytgancha.
for a
Bu
split
zonaga ham
second
beradi.
just to the right side and then ran further forward. If Flash times this right, that's a double in the making.
Could catch him by surprise, but he is playing it very, very carefully right now. Flash holding the line.
If this
They're looking for him. You can see
Yeah.
they're Molotoving every little spot that they think he might be. But
E
as you
filmlarda
mentioned,
they
o'tkazib
come
yuborsa
back again, they're
bormi?
looking for him
oh
inside.
no,
Bilmayman.
Rex is gonna get taken by surprise, and Flash will pick
Arkasidan
up
bo'lsa
another
kill
one
qilib qo'ysa
as
bo'ladi-yu.
FN Pochon down to 2.
Tries to reposition here once again, but the game is up. He has been found. Able to run into hiding though. Star-Lord and FN cannot allow for Flash to make this 2 individual 1v1s. Right now, they're the only ones able to take the fight to him. And I think with this, I mean, you see Asla Pentagram
Oh,
backing
Zenith.
off immediately. 17 going up on the northern side as well. You have to somehow group up, even if that means both guys get into that BRDM and get the hell out of here.
Oh, Zenith, he's just running through solo. I think so. Okay, Star-Lord
Get into that BRDM.
hopping out just to throw in some util, but yeah, they're being very careful. You can see 17 starting to creep up here
Yeah.
as well. They've left Asla Pentagram to their own devices, and now the utility is just going to keep sending through. They're
Flash.
going to flash, The man is the most flashed person on earth, and they're going to push through, and there you go. They will take him down in the end.
Yep, down he falls, and you saw, I mean, both 17 and Pentagram like, well,
Them
the
look
circle's
cool
going to
there,
end
but-
outside the compound, so we have no need in going in and clearing that out whatsoever. But they were both set in a position from where if someone tried to back off, they would be the ones to take him down.
Ja,
Goodness
we need
gracious,
to-
full sense.
Right,
Just the toughest team in the
9
lobby to get rid of, man.
It's a 9-point game.
Unbelievable stuff so far for them as they just continue to add to that lead. But maybe we could see FN Pochan, 17, at least give themselves enough points off of this to put themselves back in the conversation.
Well, are we swapping? Oh no, he's just moving it out. I was gonna say, someone parked a coupe in front of my tank and I need it gone. So driving it backwards, that's a flash. Luckily, not lethal, but for Zenith, of course, want to play this one smart. Is Starlord gonna join him in the BRDM now, though? What's the play?
It's a good question. Red Zone also looking over in that direction. Howl just
Sen
playing it
yapıp
safe,
gitmez.
trying to make sure that they don't
Tıkılıp
get
kaldı
wrapped from
başına.
the low side. 17.
Dalpa
They're
yapıyor
comfy, just
aşağı.
hanging out as the dot
Bir kişi
will
oturup hedese
appear.
buna diyor, bir kişi verdim diyor.
And now it is, well, does anybody
Korkup kaldı.
have a Panzerfaust?
Buradan bir
That
dolar
is the
diyor.
question.
Yeni gelmez işler
Question
diyor.
I hope we're soon to have
Cemal'dan
answered as
ders
Red Zone
alırken
at least
nazar
sees
eke.
the vehicle, instantly swaps over to a nade.
Tepen Cemal'dan ders alırken kalkayken bula.
Are you willing to
Kalkıp
use them here? Or do you wait? One is going to be locked on
Şimdi
over.
açık da binada o zaman.
Starlord
Kalmayı.
to the vehicle, deny the damage.
Okay, Red Zone knows what's going on. He's just going to lay down some
There you are.
grenades, lay down some smokes.
Peki Grant'a gel diyor.
They're just going to pop
Tough to
that.
Port-
have there.
Portados.
And okay, 17. Maybe getting a little bit distracted. Red Zone will catch Xiao Bei.
Oh!
Oh, look at what a grenade from Red Zone will take down 17. And Lil Ghost, now the last player left alive is FN Potion. They're just running through, trying to run people over.
What?
Yeah,
Dalpa yap.
but not easy to
Wow,
accelerate up this hill.
Allah.
One is going to be jumping out, go for the kill.
Yaman
Now it's going to be
yapıyor.
fine. Zenith. Red Zone though once again opening up 3 solos now. Galores. Red Zone continues his play here into the vehicle once more.
Lil Ghost.
Starlord goes, but he's crept up into the smoke.
Lil Ghost is behind. He's going to catch Red Zone, not looking. And now it's a 1v1 Star-Lord versus Lil
Az
Ghost.
yapışım
Actually
konuydu.
can't go for the
You
res.
can't get it, mate.
Kurtarma da
Oh, he's
alba yok
gonna
bu ne
try.
huzi.
Lil Ghost, he doesn't have any offensive
Kurtar,
util
kapıyor
left in the
öyle.
bag. He'll steal that point away. And what
Kurtar
can
yap.
he do about Star-Lord now? Star-Lord playing around
Granat
the outside of
abi
the smoke.
Granat
Take
atıyor
the
mu diyeyim ben de.
spray. Doesn't get a lot of damage in though. Lil
Evet,
Ghost has
kurtaramadı.
that rock to play around.
Some bait deployable cover being thrown towards the
Ver.
western side. No lethal util on either side, but Lil goes with a potentially crucial flash still available. Starlord now back in the BRDM. But this terrain ain't easy to maneuver around in with that vehicle.
Gördüm vur bir tane varsa varmaya
Yeah,
aşağı
Lil Ghost.
taşlar.
He's completely flipping the map on Star-Lord right now, but Star-Lord looking down in his direction, and he's just going to go sit on the center dot and play around that hard cover. Lil Ghost tries to make the push here. Good spray will get him down low. 43 HP left for Lil Ghost as he makes the push up. Star-Lord hops back in the BRDM. He's going to go for the run over, but Lil Ghost too smart for that as he goes for the reload. Will continue to spray it down. He's
Oh,
falling
öldüm
to
abi.
feet. Star-Lord has to make a move. What a win from Lil Ghost, the 1v1 champ.
A tale as old as time. David does beat the Goliath. And Lil Ghost, from creeping through
Ah.
the smoke, living up to his name, is able
bakalım.
to come out victorious.
Wow, what a play there. Lil Ghost
Hani
giving up the actually
Bot
wrapping around,
yapacak,
taking
karatanması
that low
bot
ground,
diyoruz ya.
knowing what he was playing around,
Yeah.
using the smokes against Star-Lord, and then whenever Star-Lord finally
efendim
jumps
aganda
out,
bulay diyoruz.
Lil Ghost is in
Bayağı
perfect
burçaka
position
takalgen
to
de
just
şu
shoot at the
açık
feet,
diyor
and
onu.
Star-Lord figures that out a little bit too late, tries to go for the jump, but Lil Ghost was on time
Helal
with
size
it.
attı.
Importantly for Lil
Birisi
Ghost there,
çuvaldı,
he committed.
birisi
He had
kendine
one
gelin.
flash, and even though it didn't
Elli
hit him
elli
on point,
kalıyor.
you could see in the way he was swimming like, that was my one chance. I failed it, but I have to make the run now. Did so, and successfully out
Geçen
on
kez
top.
Bilgecan
17,
Bey'le
they
bunu
needed that. They
doğdu
needed the
attı,
bounce back
bayağı
to
etti.
make their way up
Kim
to
teşkil
the
kempletten
round
başladı.
of Miramar.
Absolute cinema
Onu
for
itti
the end
zonanı
of game
bıçağı
number
tıklıyan da
2.
açık
But
gidiyor.
once
Şimdi birisi
again,
güven
we saw full sense
elli.
make it all the way to the end. Can
Onda
they
şans
turn
var
things
ya.
around?
Uzakda
now
o
that we are in
uzakda
our
birden
middle
de panela
maps?
bu WhatsApp bulay diyor ya. Bir de oyun kaldı.
En kızığı bilet 17 kecha ham to'pa deb olibdi.
Well, 17 Gaming shows up here on the final day of PGC, a 1v1 with the BRDM in play. It was almost a bit of a disaster there for 17 Gaming, but in the end, they are victorious. I have Toffees and Avenger joining me for this one, Avenger.
It's a big kill dinner for them, obviously, coming in here, but you can see the lobby kind of changes a little bit. There's a lot of people on the hunt looking, but still, this game, Toffees, 9 points for full sense. We see a little bit of kills where you kind of surprised to see them getting it, and also another circle coming their way when they needed it most.
So we said the Falcons tried their hardest, tough crash. They did try to repel Expendables, it wasn't enough. They got the reses, then they go down. And what we keep seeing over and over again is full sense is defending well. The top 4 teams are trying to push in, find space, or coming up against them.
Ne kirib turaverasizchi?
Abi o'yindami? Oxiri 2 ta o'yin tomosha qilish kerak-da.
4 ta o'yin qoldi-yu.
2 ta Erangel tomosha qilish.
Просто men kurtkani 1 soat, kurtkani 1 soat ko'rish kerak-ku. Yo'q, kelaman.
It's not a win condition to push him, and I understand that. But like you said, if someone doesn't take the plunge, casting. The other 15 teams are going to be casting which one of full sets takes home a kayak. Because that's the last 2 games of the day. No one else stops them. Yeah. Favorites coming into this tournament. Mine at 13. Defending champion, the Expendables at 14. Not in the top 10. Like it has been tough for a lot of guys. James both off really a lot of full sets because Norway builds from foul all when really. So there was no attempt at any kind of pull on them. We can see 21-point game from these teams. Second, they provide insane. Right? Really the big thing. If they don't come out really like and we see 20 points on some of the teams that I like the game in second 15. Frankly, it's going to be okay. Yeah, yeah, 4 games left here. Pitbull only owns the newspapers. They dominate the headlines to full sense. They have this lobby in a chokehold. Join us for this.
Ne oldu? Aslan geldi mi? geldi mi?
여행을 갈 때마다
Dumbbell yaptım ha.
Hı?
Dumbbell yaptım PGC'de hazır. Reklamı ko'rsatib yotibdi.
Ha. Reklam.
Endi Taygo ekan-da. Yo'q.
Orongda bo'lish kerak-ku.
Full sense yetdi yo'q nazaraga.
Ha, yetdi. Yetdi. Navi'da ancha o'tib ketdi-yu. Kubok o'zlarida qalay ekan?
Bular 5-7 qadida o'ynayapti. Bular Aziyani to'padigan guruh.
5-7. Qaysi men bu hozir Pubg'da o'zimiz nimadami? Yo, turnirdami?
Yo'q, hozir
Hozirgi ikkidada 5-7 bo'lsa 8 qida ekanda o'tgan sezonga 2 bilan solishtirsa. 8 qidada o'ynayapti. Qidalar tushib ketishgan yomg'irda. Motivatsiya o'tiruvdi-da 2-6 qida. Qidaydi 2-6 65. Buraya 9-45. Qozog'istonlik Zaychik degan stream bola bor. TikTokda stream qilib turadi. Ne yaxshi o'ynaganda ana shu bola ham 4,5 qidada o'ynaydi. Почти проиграю, oyagi bola. O'yin tomosha qildim. Zaram O'zbekistonga qaytsak, Roski serverda o'ynasak, хотя bir ichkada o'ynasak kerak-ku. O'yna olmaymizmi yoki?
Aka o'ynasa bo'ladi. Lekin men borsam rus serverda o'ynamayman, lekin o'ynasam Nazar aka.
Yevropa serverida o'ynaysiz.
Ha. Nimaga dey?
Nimaga? Rus serverda cheat ko'p. Shunga?
Emas, cheatga emas, Nazar aka, rus server stabilniy emas. Tushunasizmi?
Ha.
Serverlari musor, rus serverda.
Bitta VPN olish kerak.
VPN men aniq olaman. Girab boring, girab.
Ha, girab bor menda. 150
girab ishlatish kerak o'zi, girab eng yaxshisi.
Hozir biz serverga kerak emas, o'zi 7 pin bo'ladi-yu.
Ham biza endi hozir.
Ha, qo'shmayman.
Bizlar hozir rus serverda o'ynasak bo'ladi, girab qo'shib, lekin pingimiz ko'tarilib ketadi-da.
150 pinda o'ynasa bo'ladi. Men o'ynab ko'rganman. Bo'lmaydi 150. Qiynaydi. Yiqilmaydi-yu. Оружие bermayapti. Uka.
Tam da yürüp dönürdü.
Metkanak.
Tam 3. Mende bor ekan. Qanday o'lmaydi bular? Заебал нахуй.
Ben bu uyda nok var ya, uçuş gerek şerege. Ko'targan. Nurudin abi oldu, o'lib qoldi. Bela diyor, ha şu meni, suka. Eski bir oytalmayayım Nurudin. Gel çıkayım ha. Vay bile. Qanaqa uradi bular, Qamaldim shu yerga borib. Chiqib bo'lmaydi.
Ya bля. Gümen bile mashinada emigratorda yomon urib ketdi bile.
Ha, mam. Vay bile yomon urdi meni.
Bittasi.
Tozamizku, hiç suka bile. Yangi akkaunt medallarni vashchi full qilib tashlagan bu. Yangi akkaunt, ikkinchi leveldagi akkaunt. Mazdami? Chet o'ynaydi. Shunga medallarni full qilib tashlagan. Yangi akkaunt.
Gümen VP'ni yomon qildi lekin hozir barka.
To play this one out, they're right in the chase. They're right in the chase. And full sense up there on the northern side, this could have set up to be a nice game for them. And unfortunately, they're going to have to play forward as duo.
In their defense, it still can be because actually this has helped them out. The fact that the plane was so far east, they know the vast majority of teams are over there. The question is, do you dare to go back for those chips? Do you?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't even know if I don't know if Freaks they might have picked up one and. Yeah, we'll see what VP decides to do. But 17 Gaming playing out of Terminal. We've seen these circles go over in this direction before, and Terminal becomes very, very filled up very early. So we'll keep an eye on that. But we did get a chance to talk to Lil Ghost after their big win.
All right, and we are now with Real Ghost from 17 Gaming! Woo! All right, so congratulations on the chicken right there. And that 1v1 was really intense. So I would like to ask you about that moment and the mentality about that.
最后的一对一对决很精彩，想问一下你在那个时刻你的想法是什么？
我觉得我们已经在 PGC 上没有什么可以失去的了，我只想赢得这一把比赛。
So in this TGC, we didn't have too much to lose, so I just want to win this match.
Yeah, for sure. That 4 games remaining. Let's cheer for 17 Gaming!
You got all the fans with him and everything, and he's absolutely right. They have nothing to lose. Might as well just leave it all on the table because, as we said, every space every position you can jump here, it's going to provide you with even more money. So there's still a lot left to fight for all of these teams.
And to talk a tale of 17, as much as we're kind of making new legends in the, Full Sense performance and how T1 has been able to stay on top as well, we're also seeing kind of the erosion of legends of past, and I think 17 kind of belongs in that. I think they're aware of it too, saying we have had our prime, we have been up there in the top, and now, well, not so much anymore. So maybe in a good way, that's pressure off their shoulders, saying all we can do.
Elit Shams.
خلاص.
Centerga chiqdi bir odam.
Ola bir. O'chirganman. Aha. Давай.
Granata yok mu? Yerin götürüyorsun. Tokkan bittasi yürü.
Tas tağda yurt.
Yana nok. Kaya giray diyor. Bekleyin.
O bilan şu videoyu to'qagan.
Nuriddin bor, Nuriddin u yerda. Ha. Bilitga o'ynamang, drabaj bor. Hammasi o'ldimi?
Bilmayman. Men tekshirish kerak.
O'ldi yo. O'ldi. Okey.
Ne bo'ldi? Hozir men hechnik oldimmi shunda?
Bunday yo.
I'll take some more frost. I'll take some either. Bir yok.
Galiba.
Okey. Mike Frost.
Yardım açayım. Ahmet Ayat.
Очень, buraya. Gittik Frost.
Take a chance. Bekle geç falan.
Let's go terminal. Terminal gittik. Hamdi. Hamdi adam yürüt. Ya.
Korda bizni.
Kimce biri var.
Men yugurib o'tib ketaman, uras.
Hamdi qo'yib ketibdi.
Bari.
Dalada yugurib yuribdi total bo'yi.
Keldi. Jaguar, bir komanda kelyapti.
Tomga chiqyapti.
Tomga chiqyapti. Naynimgar, piddaras. Tom knock.
Tom hayır nok.
Tom. Orada. Granat atgan ben.
Drop düşüyor. Drop kodam kira nazarka.
Bunda hayal var hiç. Hadi oğlum. Harika.
Tokat yaptı bularga nazarka. Men tarafta yurib.
Ha. Arka tomondan chaqir diyor. Mana bu Mekkadan adam kelish kerak va bizga yo'q. Qayerdan?
Granat yaptı. Evet.
Tamam. Yat oyna.
Ben aldım için. Hani böyle birlikte.
Delbet kolmay turdim.
Monty
Ne
nazarka
paraşütçi,
Monty.
paraşütçi artqa. Yolda yok. Oradan.
Aldıra koyuyorum nazarka. Çok da yurttan hala. Yol yok as döktüğümüzde.
Gördüm adam dağda.
Şu bize zona yakış. Burası kim takalım?
Tomakta ko'tarib oldi. Uzakda bir adam var. Metkim. Yakin. Dakika. Öldü ha.
Tugadi. Просто kemta qoling, uzoqdan otay turib bizga.
Arkamızdan çıkıp koymaydı mı?
Hozir aka, shoshilmang, kaskdan to'g'irlakma.
Okey. Rustam o'tib ketdimi Nuriddin?
Mana yurt, mayda yurt.
Mark kelyapman. Metkadam.
Tosh. Hozir aka toshda. Chap tarafga ehtiyot bo'ling.
Okey.
Mana bu taraflarga.
Aha. Atlaştım.
Frost keling uka.
Knock.
Hayır.
Patınlık. Taraf.
Yiqilmang.
Uzağımdan.
Yaxtagi qoldi, toshdagi qoldi, toshdagi. Qarab turing, dropga borib olay.
Taştaki öldü mü?
Yo'q, yo'q.
Qara, o'ng tomon o'tib ketdi. 2 metr. 2 metr.
İki adam kaldı mı?
Yancha borku, bu yoqdan chiqadi Nazar aka. Aniq, tiniq yoqdan chiqadi. Chunki boshqa joydan
Drop'ta nima qoldi?
Dropdan abayim oldim, xolos qolganlarga qaraganimiz.
Tinch kaskasi bor ekan.
Ha, bitta odam qoldi. Tog'ga chiqib ketdi. Mana bu yoqdan.
Nuriddin siz kel qilingchi. Bizda kel kam ekan. Nuriddin. Keling siz yoningizda.
Yuring.
Men birinchi chiqib beraman. Ot tez bo'l. Meni arqamda yuri.
Biz birinchi chiqib beramiz. Mana.
Oting man.
Nazar aka, qarab turibsiz, o'tosda bilan. Tabii tushunmadi uni nima bo'layotganiga.
Ya men Nuriddinni ataman desam atmaydi, meni atib yiqitib,
Nuriddin chalkashi qoldi-da, Nuriddin chalkashi qoldi, qayerga qarashni bilmay. Mana deganimga metga bermadi bu. Yuzuga eshitildi, mana desam, keyin qarayapti deb. Chiqing desa hech qayerda kutib turib borku.
Men qayerdaligini bilmasam ham sizga o'shani polniy chiqib ketdimi shu tomonga. Ha, nechta yaxshi.
Tak. Twiz qopti. Nazar aka.
Kim biladi?
Twiz bilan yarina qolib
First
ketdi.
one's been thrown, and here comes the swinger out the southern side.
Well, Perfectic's going to hold the edge of that smoke, waiting for somebody to peek. Jacob just spamming the flashbangs, seeing if they can find anything. Lyrics does manage to get a little bit closer. You can see example going blind. Jacob has that Panzer Faust, will send it in, but he's going to go down. Perfectix gets that knock, and Twisted Minds, they're holding the line.
3v3, now they're within a flashable distance. You can see them. We talked about them having 14 just before. They're throwing literally everything they have and making the run on forward. Perfectix now finding one more.
Opan's the last two players left alive. The arena will lose one, they'll lose two. Example closes it out. And remember these guys, Twisted Minds get the win.
Big game for the team. Sat down in 13th place at the halfway point of this matchup. A big game needed in order for them to climb up that leaderboard.
They break the hearts of the E-Arena fan contingent, but they're still supportive of their team.
Kompüter taşı vardı mı?
Ya oyun bitirmeyapti o'zi. Anaqa zagruzka nimada turibdi.
Lobbyga perzagruska berib kerak. Bo'lmaydimi?
Alt F4 bosing avtomatiski.
Bal kirmaydi o'yinga.
Kirmaydi.
O'zidan o'ynab turaveradi.
Давай.
Yonidan biladi, sparingni qilib qo'yay. Ana Twisted Mind komandasini aytaman-da. Rivals degan joyi bo'ladi-ku, men bu igroklarda chiqib keladigan shaharlar ichidan. Shu yerda bittasi bilet boksda udarlarni qilib qo'yadi, jonidan. Bilmayman, mana shu o'yindan keyin do'konga chiqib kelaman. Qorni chiqar. PK'dan tozalab chiqamizmi Nazar aka?
Adam var mı? Var ekan. 5 etaşk.
Yana 5 etashganmi?
Kelarda 2 kişimizdi o.
Ketdik, apelsinga tortaylik. Arena chi.
Apelsinda o'ynang da, apelsinda o'ynang da. Ya 5 etaşka bor. Adam kelishi mumkin da bizga. Bitta kelishi mumkin, bitta. Va Naqib qo'yam, qarangchi. Keturdi hamma.
Gariga qoching sirasi.
Bunda APK yok hali dostlar.
What's up?
Batam sizde keldimi?
Yordam keling, brat.
Şuradan qarab beramikan ha. Nima bu? Ondan iddaraz biling. Biroz chiqib o'ryapti. Ko'ryapsizmi?
Flashga bering, ana shu xonaga. Koridorga.
Bilin. Tamam qoldim. Tekizalmadim ey.
Ha, men do'konga chiqib kelay.
Ya, azamatli bu.
Hozir kelaman.
Ha, tugan. O'yin tomosha qilaymi shular? Do'stlar kelguncha. Yangi akkaunt. Birdan chiqib menga otyapti, ko'rmasangiz. Yo'qlarga qarab yuribdi, ha, o'taz. Suka, блин. Zarar. Mahmut kit boru, men sizlarga bilyapti Mahmut. Yozib Arqa qiliqib yo'g'on. Naga kitaraji. Kitru. Naga kit ishlatsan shunaqa bo'ladi-yu. Ko'rib o'tiradi-yu. Ketgan. Yo, baya bunday atadimi? Adacha yo'q bunda. Full kit ishlatyapti. Hammasi ekan ichoni. Vay suka. İki üç kadar oynayalım. Beşiz.
Do'kon yaqin bo'lgani nimamcha yaxshi, Nazar aka?
Boyagilar chit ekan u, doston.
Ha, yo'q.
Ha, cho'yim chit ekan boyagilar. Meni kuzatayotganim bilib o'tiribdi-yu, devorlarga yozib, menga emotsiya ko'rsatib yapti. Bittasi. Boyagi 5 etashkadagilarni yopib yubordi, zapravkada bir o'zi yopib yubordi. Bittasi. Ko'rinsa nok beryapti-yu. Bildi. Cho'yim chit ekan.
Sana paxlava olib keldim, Nazar aka.
Nimani?
Paxlava olib keldim deyman.
Ha.
Keling, yeymiz. Uyingiz yaqin-ku.
Oyoq qo'llar shunday bo'shashib boryapman. Yechkani ushlagan, klaviaturani bosgani jon yo'qda odamda. Immunitet tushib ketdi. Ter chiqib boryapti odamda.
Men hozir o'zimga yangi ana oldim-da, Nazar aka. Sistema qilyapman.
Nima?
Ves olgani, immunitet ko'targani, testosteron ko'targani.
Testosteronni ko'tardi nima qiladi?
Testosteron kayfiyatingizga ta'sir qiladi.
Uyga borib ko'tarasiz.
Hozirda ko'tarib qo'yganim yaxshi.
O'zimga qaramay qo'ydim. Shu e'tibor bermay qo'ydim.
Moyaklarni to'ldirib borish kerak, Nazar aka.
Oldin sport pitaniya, zavod shunaqa o'zimga e'tibor qilaydim. Uylangandan keyin yoqmay ekan bari.
Kuchingiz deganga berib qo'ygansizda.
Uylangandan keyin hech narsa yoqmay qoladi.
Nazar aka. Hamma chilla nima o'zi?
Chilla, hech qanday chilla yo'q o'zi. Odamlarni chiqarib olgan nimasi yo'q?
Ha, yo'q. Men tushunmayman shu narsalarga.
U narsa. E'tibor qilmaslik kerak. Yo'q, uylangandan keyin 40 kun chilla bo'ladi-yu. Kuyov, kelin kechqurunga ko'chaga chiqmas kerak. 40 kun. Safsata-yu.
Siz o'zingiz optiz bor ayting, qani nima qilish kerak o'zi?
Nima deyman men shu? To'y boshlasa bo'ldi, to'y o'tadi bu.
Qiyinchi?
Sizdan o'rganish kerakmi o'zi hamma narsani?
Mendanmi?
So'rayotgan gapini qarasam.
Bu gapingiz to'g'ri lekin. Az 1 minut. Bu deyimde hiç olmasam ısıp gitti xona.
Qayerga? Qalasmi?
Qalas. Jigi bo'ladi deyapsiz Nazar aka.
Sen to'ydan keyin ko'raverasiz.
Men ko'p narsani eshitganman-da, просто men opit yo'q-ku, to'ysiz uylangansiz. Shunga ko'plardan so'rab olishim kerak edi.
Qanaqa opit kerak emas.
Nazar aka, birinchi tunda aytaman-da, to'ydan keyingi to'y. Qiz bola bo'ladi-yu baribir. O'sha kuni faqat tekshiriladi, bo'ldi-yu, to'g'rimi? Yo, dakansa bo'lmaydi-yu.
Nima bo'ladi?
Jigi dakansa bo'lmaydi-yu deyman.
Bir marta bo'ladi. Kelin bolani qiynab qo'yapsiz, ikki marta.
O'shani aytaman-da. Shu bir martani ham aytaman-da.
Bir marta. Qiz bola nozik bo'ladi-yu. Boshida o narsani ko'rmay turib qanday? Bir marta. Hit orada ya. Hit.
Nazarga tarafda aylanish kerak просто. Bunday.
Ha, men bu yiqilmay ekan, baro. Dostum. Gandon bilay. Yalma basaman ko'ring.
Bunaqa smoke tashlang.
Qanday yiqilmadi boyagi? Yomon o'rtashadimi? 2 marta o'rdimi? Yiqilmasa bo'ladi. Zo'ram berganman, ha. Faqat shuni. Qanday yiqilmasligi mumkin? Faqat bitta bir kishi bilan atishdim, shu bilan atishdim 200 zo'ram. 204 o'randa.
Bu sefer büyüktü Azar aka.
Hı.
Full sense oldu bu sefer. Men kurtkan aldım. Kurtkan aldıylar mı?
Yo'q. Kod beraman unga?
Urib o'tirish kerak.
Men 1 soat ko'rmadim.
Qarab o'tiring-da.
Hay.
Xalas.
Xalas bir komanda kelyaptimi? Ben şu pastga tushibdim 10 tomonga. Ha, ko'rdim.
Endi bor.
Doston tomon o'ynaydi. Orada Doston olmaydi. Shoshmang Doston, birga o'ynaymiz.
Hamdida. Metkada bor.
Knock. Pozda bor. Hello. Ma'qul. Öyle.
O panzirda o'lgani pachag'i chiqib ketdi lekin Nazar aka. Yo, uni basharasiga ham tekkani yo'q-da, boshqa joyga tegdi. Devorga otdim-da. Bagajim bor. Otishma bo'lyapti bular.
Boramiz.
Otishma bo'lyapti.
Pashishga olmadimi?
Yo'q.
Ketdik, boraychi.
6x bor.
Ya 6 bor.
Ketdik.
Mashinaga boryapman men.
Kel. Ana endi mashinada o'tirib ketyapti bular. Ketdi Nazar aka.
Yo'q.
Zona bu yoqda bo'ladiganga o'xshayapti.
Ha, bizda qolamizmi? Anani ko'rguncha pashishga topib keling. Ya topdim.
Mana pashishga.
Ya topdim.
Prost.
Ya minda bor.
Begona qildi.
Begona qildi.
Begona qildi Nazar aka, begona qildi. Aytmadim, unaqa emasda, Frost deb.
Ichkarini o'zgartirdim. Meniki bor, meniki. Zonani ko'ramizmi? Lekin bu. Lekin motor kuchliga. Turbomi? Yonchangda adam bor ekan. Krasniy zona bo'ldi. Adam bor joyda bo'lar ekan, krasniy. Bizdan mashina o'tmaymi ekan, ha?
Hoşuma ketman baqa.
Qayerga sizgami?
İşte kalmadı. Bitta gruzonga tushibdi,
Yongchonun ichiga tushdi bolalar. Yongchonun ichiga yurdim.
Birga yuramiz.
Men bu ichiga olmoqchiman birinchi. Boshim keldi. Hamma kirdi.
Gördüm. Tam bir yerden kara geldi. Kara koyuyor geldi. Karamaya koydu. Ben bu maşını gemindi yani. İstanbul kiler mi? İyi adam James berib qo'ygan. Shuni keraklarmi deyapman. Yo, urib qoldik bu. Edatdan urushyapti. Kiring. Naprot.
Qo'lama video metga yuribdi.
Ya, o'tolmaymiz sizga.
Ha, kelish shart emas, 2 metga yur.
Qayermak?
2 metkami?
Ne artdan yapmayın. Geç, bar bo'lmaydi. Uzoqdan ham ot yapdi.
Oluyor.
Amat öldü mü?
Çekildi.
Yoncan taza buldu ya mı? Taza buldu.
Yok.
Şuradalar. Şimdi şey. Aynen.
Tamam bari. Tamlık. Bir restore gel.
İşin ucuna hatta.
Öyle. Bu yana adam var ki. Varsa bular mı? Bassan? Nuruddin ko'tarsa bular mı?
Hepsi adam ko'p nazarga bu tarafta. Hangar taraflarda yuribdi bu yoqda. Oldimda ham bor edi shu yerda. Звук. Ko'taring.
Adam var mı?
O'lik oting. Oshxonaga oting.
Ya, nerede şey işte.
Boryapman, shoshma.
Ben de.
Ko'taring.
Tushgan bolamı. Yeah. Zona vay be.
Şu mashinaga yuguring. Yep, pulli. Kurtkanlı kodunu vereyim.
Verin. Oyundan çıkan adam. Gördüyse 10 grada. Bilmeyi diyorsunuz. Aslında var varmış gerek. Arkadan. Tepki oynarım tepeden. Size ikila diyor. Sal chaproq yurib darb etib boring. Bliska oynash kerak, Bliska onlarga. Asrona yana bor. Borgingiz. Mo'ktaylab kelyapti, o'shalardan ko'targaniga.
Oldinglarmi?
Endi olayım.
Tillaring.
Aldım. Nasibiyet bermeydi.
Nemiga zo'r ketyapti. Ikkita o'yin qolibdi yana.
Evet şans. Monty mi? Alo. Evet gittik. Gittik pekala.
Let's go.
Beşiktaş giga bara. Apelsinem var mı diyeyim. Campes. Apteka. Yani iki apteka var orada. Pahalı. İkinci etajda.
Birinci etajda.
Kırdı.
Hızlanalım.
Geldi mi bizge? Gel.
Kişiden kırılma. Koşamak ha?
Yo, tam da var. Tam knock.
Arkadan
Art clear.
Arka böyle.
Evet ben aldım. Kişi.
Ya Kelly.
Nazar ke. Gelin.
Bakayım neredeyim ya diyor. Nerede var diyor. Aha. Bak.
Bir tarafta buluş kere bir Gidete.
Vay. Tam da balkonda nima? Pastirag'i.
Sakra, sakra.
Yaxshi.
Tilamayman uni saygani yomon aldadim lekin hozir. Pes var meni oldimda.
Remontik var mı kimlerde? Tam degeni baya bilmey kaldımı. Tam degeni pastga tushib olgan ekan.
Dur, so'ras yana. Yo'q.
Ikkinchi etaj bo'lmabdi. Yo'q edi, ikkinchi. Hangar mı? Dani campes var. Ha.
Ya. Sormuş. Let's go, let's go. Bittasi o'ngga tushgan.
riske yaqinlashyapman. David qo'yingchi, hurmatlang. Oy, sherak kelar-da.
O'xshaydi bilib.
Ha, sherak yur.
Nanaxi.
Mana da yur.
Bitta. Bir metre tarafga tushirdi.
Metga berdimi? Ko'rdim.
Yani ikkita
Qayjarni deyur.
Chipi menda yo'q ham bora.
Ha, mana bu edi. Açık turinglar, elitga boraman.
Ben fikir oldu.
Mana qo'yib ketadi. Bajarga ketdi.
Yana mashin bor. Mashinda ovozi bor yana. Sherigimi deyman-da. Tepaga to'xtadi.
Ular 4 kishini bor ekan.
4 kishimi? Meni bilmaydi.
Geç kerak edi.
Mashin yo'q.
Bizga tushamiz, qayt.
Motosikl shu yo'lda edi kelayotganda. Mashinaga mindi ular. Aldamayotgan bo'lsa. Boshqa komanda ortaya bo'lardi.
Sherigi.
Chap tomondan yurdim men. Mana. Metga berdim. Nuriddin. Hech kim kiribdi.
Boshlab kelaylik, prosta.
Yolda kırılır. Yo'ldaydan görönden yok. Çaptama oldu. Stakan sayda orayı. Doğru gel. Değişiklikler yok. Otamızki pişkam oynayamiz o. Pişkam oynab bo'lmaydimi yo? Ha, yettilik. Yo. Metke hangar var ekan, yaxshi. Piyoda yurdim men, ha. Piyoda adam bo'lsa hech qolmas. Men bu hangar bormi deyman, atdi-yu. Bildirmay boraman.
Men bu yoqdan o'q beryapman, nima qilasizlar?
Ha, men bu yerga beryapsizmi? Metkangizga?
Ha.
Hangarga men kelayotgan joyga?
Yo'q, 3 metr. Ha, o'sha yerga.
Bliski men bu yerdan atdi. Men
Qanday
asta
yerdan bor?
yuribman. Nuriddin tez kelmang. Aha. Shag bor. Uyda ichida yuribdi. Kimni atyapsizmi? Ay, bilen o yoqdan yoqitib qo'ydi meni. Narga uyda. Aylanib kelyapmiz biri. Qarang, bu tomonga, chap tomonga. Uyga kirdi. Bu yoqdan aylanib kirsa bo'ladi-yu. Chapdan aylanib kirsangiz bo'ladi-yu. Ikkinchi tomonga. Shergan ko'taryapti ichkarida. Ko'tarib oldi. Ne arkaya gördüm ben. Coğrama.
Ben korunmayım aslında.
Yıkılmayın. Nerede?
Hangardan bir şey var.
Ay. Bitta nok bermaganmi deydi? 3 kishimi bular? Va.
Yapış sinirim, yapışlar yani.
kind of happened now. They're at on 5. They're expending their util. They're throwing smokes out. They want to take VP on, maybe.
Tied at the bottom with the expendables. T5 wants to get themselves something good. Nate connects. Pubg takes down Nixie. That's a way to knock on the door. X-Crozit's got another way. He's going to go for shot. Doesn't even really need it. Ranger X on the other side takes down Luca Rux. VP already out.
Incredible. T5 crushing the hopes and dreams of Virtus Pro. The Bears go back into hibernation. And now we see DL, who got stuck here. He's actually the only one that, forget it. Example just dumpsters him.
Nah, we're not gonna play that game right now. Twisted's gotta go. The expendables on the other side of him. T1 still playing in their bunker. Might be able to get some vision on this rotate, but they might just be eyes on trying to play it safe. Twisted did leave a couple of their players back behind. BB also has to get into the circle. Up around the main area, we also have movements coming up from the Falcons as well as F and Pochon. Full Sense is still playing good position, but Namika also has a couple players very close to Zenith. As Expendables starting to find somewhere that they can call home, but they're getting closer and closer to Navi.
Zenith here just, I don't know what happened, wasn't ready for Hello My Bad somehow. FN, I think, pretty tunneled on the Falcons.
Did Type run over Raining while he was trying to get out of the bunker?
Looks like it.
I don't know what
well.
I mean, it's Raining's fault he got in the way.
Yeah.
Type was trying to get out. That's
great. Long angle, bro. And Lou's going to take that one easy.
Yeah, Bagel Pa there. I'm not sure what happened. I thought Twisted drove close enough to this that they might have heard it or known about it, but maybe I just misread the situation.
I'm looking right now at T5. They're trying to wrap. They're getting shot by BB. They're getting shot by Twisted. This is now just going to send them right in the Falcons. Falcons at least has Shrimsy inside the circle. Full Sense finding kills. That's pretty scary for everybody else. FN has to go down to the Valley area potentially just due to the way the Falcons are trying to go after this. But Belmont's got down H1. Very long range shots.
Yeah, looking to try to get that SLR to connect, but it's quite a distance that he's shooting from. Meanwhile, T5 on the warpath once again. Nuren's grenade out, tagged up players. Very weak for T5.
Strong point that Irina is trying to control. T5 so close to them, just can't really get up the hillside. It's going to be BB that's taking shots right into their butts as they're trying to run up that hill. Falcons now having to set up against FN, and they just want to get this done fast. They want to control this high ground area as efficiently as possible. FS on the other side of them means that they're starting to get a lot of information on who their neighbors are.
Rex is in trouble. Another point going over to FS. They get breakers there. That's huge. 2 kills. Every point is just more and more concerning for Na'Vi. And Guyan trying to finish off Twisted Minds here. They're weak, but Na'Vi's actually preventing him from holding the spray into that angle like he'd like.
But he's having to just get closer and closer to Na'Vi, and that is scary. Potential 4 points. They've got one right now, and it's just due up. Khan trying to survive, and he's doing a good job of it. Guyan, can you get into an angle to defend, provide some support? And it's just a great job right now. This is a good just defense. Retreat into a defense and a retreat. Can he do it one more time? Because there is nowhere left to go.
He's just got to go crazy here because Guyan pulled off and is looking to camp the fight. Finally, the grenade find their mark for Lou. It's going to be Akan down. Guyan has well and truly left, and he's getting shot at. Has a little bit of a ridge there to work with temporarily, but doesn't like it enough to stick around. And that might have been a pop tire.
I bet he does get to the shack. Well, I was going to say he at least touches the shack. He doesn't manage to get in there. T1 has to get out of their bunkers. BB has to move from shooting range. 17 just to the west of them. T5 on the other side. Falcons getting shot by FS as Falcons are trying to get into the circle. FS still roaming on the outside of it. I mean, they're at 147, and Navi's got the circle. Full Sense has got to have themselves a game here, otherwise they could have some trouble.
H1 has no idea. He has no idea Tanadol is right next to him. Or at least maybe he does. Maybe he senses something is wrong, but the grenade is there from Tigger. And all of a sudden, the Falcons are in trouble.
Yeah, and Falcons just can't seem to find the points in these mid-sections of the game. And it's just seeming like it's a compounding problem for them. It's going to be Tiggleton, eyes back on to Thanadol and Tigger both. H1 just isolated, just seeing if he can crawl out of smokes, maybe feed some information over to the other players to get something out of it. But Falcons now know Full Sense wrapping behind them.
Yeah, and I think you have to commit to this fight as the Falcons. You've got to clear this edge. If you're going to have any hope in this game, Tiggleton trying to play a little bit of defense. Him and Kickstart, though, going to get in their vehicles and try to make a move somewhere else. The problem is Navi's compound still in play.
Tiggleton gets knocked right on the low section of this one, and BRDM could provide some cover. So, Full Sense, which way do you go to try to make it into circle? You just saw where Falcons were going. You know off of the kill feed that they got knocked. This could be the perfect entrance if you can find it. Rez comes up for Tiggleton. Where are you going? Eyes on the BRDM. A lot of throwables coming out. They're just going to jump out right next to the shack. Crossfire shots coming up. Trimsy goes down to Akatori, but Trimsy at least manages to take down Flash.
All right, here we go. What else can Full Sense do? Belmoth takes a ton of damage from Tiggleton, and it's his teammate's grenade that catches him. Kickstart just trying to play distraction here, but Tiggleton taken down, so it's all in the kick.
Tiggleton going down in this stage. Kickstart, what can he get? He just wants to see if he can run over people. He's got to go for some twisty plays. He's got to see if maybe he can force them into Na'Vi's sight line. That's starting to happen. Is Na'Vi in a position to really punish this as well? Yep, shots are going to start coming out from Hakatori. They know where the threat is. Ticker wants to try to take down Kickstart, but Kickstart just continues to find ways to knock down and get these kills.
Yeah, is that a C4 that I hear? It sounds like I hear some beeping. This is a little bit scary. Tigger's so weak right now. That C4 was off screen. As, there you go. It is going to be Full Sense going down, but not before they find 5 points.
Falcons sacrifice themselves for the good of the lobby. Na'Vi's got control over the circle. New circle is about to pop, and it moves away from Na'Vi. T in the center, but down to the southeast, we've got T1, we've got 17, we've got BB all on top of each other.
This is an absolute mess over here. Everybody's got knocks. Everybody's beaten up and bruised. Maladoc looking for the angle onto Raining. Switching back between the red dot and the 3X, looking for that long range fire, at least keeping T1 at bay enough that you can get the res onto Phil first here. Raining and Heather pretty far spread out for T1 in that 1-1 split. The last two surviving players, 7-7. Deals with a doozy. Maladoc looking for an angle to respond, but nothing being afforded to him as Heather instead shoots him in the back a little bit. Raining's just like, nope, you know what? I'm just going to wait.
There is such a hush in the stadium right now since Full Sense has gone down, and they know that Na'Vi has the capabilities to get into this circle and could have a big game, but it's going to be the Expendables on the other side trying to gatekeep. Calori's, Delwyn both trying to hold back Na'Vi and could play a game. Full Sense right now.
They got to break through somewhere into this next circle. They're very near the edge there as Hakatori, and they are regrouping, rethinking their ideas. Example, actually it's Heather who's going to get that kill. Example was looking for a piece of action, but not going to be able to get any joy. It's Kickstart, still has the BRDM, not sure if he had a repair kit for it or not, but probably. Na'Vi now needs to set up their smoke line. Looks like they're trying to cut off angles a little bit to their north. Looks like they're going to wrap towards Twisted a little bit.
This is good scout. They know the way this hillside is set. It gets them away from the Expendables. Oh, did you see that there was a Panzerfaust coming up and up on top? Lou does manage to get one. Perfectix takes down Hakatori. Na'Vi loses 2, loses 3. Twisted trying to find a big game. Could ruin it for Na'Vi.
Sosa has to go huge, but he's denied. It's going to be Twisted Minds who knocks Na'Vi down.
Twisted at 10 kills. Big game for these guys, but this has turned the lobby on its head. Falcons down to 1, Namiga down to 1. T1 has 2 and 17 with just 1.
Oh my God, Raining there. Aggressive push, but Besto has other ideas. Shuts him down. Heather still alive for T1. And that probably is going to put Full Sense into the champion's seat. Going to give Thailand potentially their first ever international PUBG win. This Kickstart finally loses that BRDM. Did him well, served him nicely. Leash, hello? You're still alive?
Yeah, he's still kicking, man. He's just walking right back behind the BRDM, letting Kickstart do all the work, and then I think is about to punish him for it.
He's got 13 first aid, so
he's got time.
He can hang on for a bit longer. Poor Kick. Probably not expecting this.
Keep in mind, Namigan Falcons are tied right now, both at 109. Kick's got eyes on the circle, and he doesn't expect anybody to be behind him right now.
No. It's phase 7, bro.
Yeah.
No way. No way you're thinking that. Although it may just be Leash just holding on as long as he can there. It's not going to be too much longer.
So Kickstart, eyes on the circle. He still has to get there. The Expendables duo still alive. 7-7 still alive for 17. BB has to get in the circle as well. Twisted's got the high ground that they've been playing from for a while, and oh no, he's now spotted Kickstart.
He's just going to have to go for it at some point.
It's going to be hard to time the meds because he's only going to be able to take a shot or two in between the meds. I don't even know if he can. Creeping forward, he's got, 4 meds left, and it's just going to seem so unsurmountable to even get there. I think he's just trying to see if he can get as close as possible. Kickstart's just trying to get some information, just taunting him, dancing in front of him, and Leosh gets spotted by Delwyn, so Kickstart survives.
Poor guy. Was going for it, trying to buy as much time for himself as he could. BB 3 up over on the southern side, not in the current zone. Only a couple solos in front of them until you get to the Expendables and Twisted, who may have to take a fight against each other here sooner rather than later. Heather Shack going to be in for this next circle at the very least. Not sure what his util situation looks like. If he has some smokes, he's got some hope to get out of there.
Just Shack life, man. That's all. We got 2 squads down to solos in Shacks. That's the best they can do. Kickstart wishing that he had a Shack right now. BB does have the foldable shields that they've been using to try to get themselves into better spots inside the circle. The Expendables better be careful. They've got eyes on all the movement down to the south, and Twisted has eyes on them.
Yeah, right. You can see Heather there just wants to figure out what in the world he has to deal with when he is able to get out of this Shack. Everybody but Kick basically in somewhat of a position to kind of hang on the edge at the very least. Delwyn, so risky here. Lou's trying to not make noise, but he gets spotted. The timing there for Delwyn.
Perfectic's other side of it, trying to get there fast, but good counter move coming through. Kickstart's been spotted by Phil first. Now it's just going to see, can he get some Hail Mary nades, something to connect big. Delwyn gets a knock on one of Twisted, now just down to Perfectix. Playing inside the smokes, playing it patient. This will open up the Expendables with so much control in the circle if they can take down the last member of Twisted. Lou trying to feed the information back over to Perfectix. Nade, does he know? Panzerfaust. Oh man, that's going to be enough to get some damage, but also tells him exactly where he's at.
Well, they haven't responded yet. They're trying to be sneaky about this, but the grenade from Perfectix is too good.
Yeah.
Big throw. Perfectix stays in a great position. Down to the south. BB has to deal with the solos in the north. Perfectix got so much control.
Oh, a nice little spin move, but all for naught there. Phil first wasn't quite ready for 7-7. Took a little bit of damage. This is very much anybody's game right now.
It is 99-99 between 17 and T1 both. Heather's got to go into the zone. 7-7's got to go into the zone. BB has got to be right in between both.
Yeah, there's not a lot to work with inside of this zone, but maybe Perfectix has enough in front of him to hide. If he can get there is the real question. It's a little bit of put up the shield and move here for BB. I mean, they want to deal with Heather.
This shield is putting in so much work for BB right now. Everybody's just clustered behind.
It just shows you how great those are. I mean, why you always want to keep them around, why you put them in the vehicles to bring with you throughout the games. They're so useful, especially in the later phases, to keep teams at bay. Oh, yeah, Heather not going to be great to get out of there quickly with those tires missing.
Yeah, he wanted to see if he could sneak away, but he'd already taken the shot. 7-7 now knows exactly where BB is off of those shots, though, as well. Heather taking a lot of damage. Who survives? It's Heather goes down first, so that's going to put 17 ahead on the leaderboard.
That Twisted up to 8th right now, right behind T1 in the leaderboard, it looks like. 7-7, no, sir. Besto not having any of that, so a 2v1 here for Perfectix, and he's lighting him up.
Can he do it again? BB right on the edge of the zone. Besto inside the circle. He at least managed to get some time. They've got this tree for cover, and that's about it.
He's got grenades, but he's not close enough to use them. So he's just trying to figure out a way to keep BB pinned as best as he can. It's just going to rely on him hitting shot after shot.
I think that we saw no helmet on one of the players for BB. Remember, they had to fight their way into this very aggressively. Twisted was doing control on the other side, keeping everything at range, stacking up a lot of their kills that way. Also capable of replenishing situational. This is going to be so hard for BB.
They have no smokes. They have no smokes here. So they just got to outfight him. And he's been winning that. Finally, Besto makes a break. Molodok trying to cover. Is it going to be the end of Besto? No.
Good read on knowing to get behind that tree. That's exactly why they wanted to go for that. The covering shot's coming up. Oh, good connection as well. Perfectix has to surrender control of the circle. Blue zone comes in, and BB gets it.
Nice hold there from Perfectix, but BB just a little bit better. And that was a long, drawn-out last couple of battles with very few players left alive. There's just not much to work with in that zone.
BB was coming in with Neuron, nothing into that circle, just a tree. and having to fight their way tooth and nail just to get into the circle.
Yeah,
The game for Twisted is it's been pretty quiet from them so far as PGC.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that starting to wear on teams a little bit here as we only have one more game to go, but TIE fans have to be thrilled because it's hard to imagine a world where Full Sense isn't going to be lifting the trophy.
They have to die extremely early, and Na'Vi has to have the game of their life. And it hasn't happened yet.
Period, end of story.
That's been the story for the last 3 games, but Full Sense has managed to get just enough
Efesler mesela baktı.
time. So the drums are going, it's full on, just fans galore, rooting for Full Sense, hoping everything will end up rosy for them at the end of the day, but there are still 15 other teams that want to try to deny it.